as a learner, I feel like this class has really taught me how to use different resources effectively that are at my disposal without having someone constantly reminding me. Um, I also realized that from this course that online classes are not my thing, and that I should probably stay away from online courses. Um, but aside from that, this this course really taught me that America has a very very rich culture, and that I was able to develop a really good understanding on of the state that America is in right now, and how we are constantly moving forward and being as progressive as ever, really. Um, Before this course, I never really knew about these literary theories, that can be applied to almost anything. But thanks to this course, I have been able to understand these theories and actually be able to apply them to life, and makes me look at the world in a very different view. Now, what I think is the most important idea that I learned from this course is that America is at its most progressive state that it has been, but there's still a lot of work to be done before we can say that it's 100% accepting of everybody. Now, through the many interviews and the personal story about my parents coming over, is more than enough proof to show that like America still has some work to do before they can fully and so before they're fully able to accept and realize that all these people that are of different cultures are just the same as any other person. Um, Now, like one theory that would apply to this would be ethnic studies that I learned actually Unit 1. Now, the ethnic studies kind of focuses on the minority experience, and really is a way to is a way to see how these different minorities grew up in a place that started off very not accepting of their culture, but has turned into this very accepting and open land. An argument against what I said is that America is arguably at its worst state that it's been, in terms of acceptance. Yes, there is still, or while okay, I disagree with the statement because while yes, there is still racism in some areas, and yes, we're still learning how to be able to accept 100% of the cultures. America has done wonders to their systems, representation, allowing minorities to really get their story out there and be heard. So, yeah, that's why I believe that, America is at its best state that it has been in quite a while. Now, I can apply what I learned in this course to the outside world in many different ways. One being, and which is like the most important for me, is I can kind of view the world with a more open mind. With this, it helped me realize that everybody has a story, everybody has an origin, everybody started in different places, and it's about how they were able to take their situation and maximize all the opportunities from their situation and make the most out of their life. And I've never really had any firsthand experience other than my parents' own experience to apply that to, but you know, going through the interviews and the different stories and the books, and it did help me realize that there is more than just my story, and that there's every unique person has their own experience and way to tell their side of the story. This also helped me realize how small, or that the world isn't as small as I originally thought. In my mind, I'm living in my own world. Everything I know is what's around me. But with this course, I've explored so many different cultures, so many different areas, And it's really helped me realize that there is other things out there, and that it's not just my own world, and that there's people constantly dealing with things that are, I may realize that this isn't my own world, and that there are constantly people out there fighting and trying to make the best out of their world, and they're putting way more effort and fighting as hard as they can just to improve their life in the slightest bit.